All right, I am now recording. So, what's up, everybody? We're here with JDB and Jordan, the Season 4 runner-up. We're going to be looking at some NatDex teams and having some dranks.
I'm not even in VBL-N. I'm a better drafter than player, and I could talk about drafts all day long. So I'm here. What's up?
And everybody wants you for their tier list videos, apparently.
You've got the highest production value.
James asked me, hey, do you want to do a video? Pop in asked me, hey, do you want to do a video? And I'm like, let's all get together here.
Let's do one video.
Exactly.
Sure.
We're going to make the trifecta. All right. So,
Looking forward to it.
gentlemen, what are we drinking?
We're drinking Rheingeist Blizzberry. It's a Cincinnati brewery.
So
We've got a really obscure microbrew. You probably haven't heard of it. It's called White Claw.
Oh, interesting.
Blackberry.
Wow.
That's
a deep cut.
That's the White Claw that I have, is the Variety Pack 3, the new Variety Pack. And I think Blackberry's my favorite now, too.
I'm a sucker for lime. Anything lime
the
flavored.
Blackberry White Claw is delicious.
I don't think I've had that one. I'm going to have to give it a try.
It's worth picking up the Variety Pack. I think it's the strongest of the 3 Variety Packs.
Yeah,
it's got like 4 solid flavors as opposed
I got
to
the first one.
A couple good ones, a couple bad ones.
Yeah, it was all like citrus flavors, and the grapefruit just did not hit right. Something about that just threw me off.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, I got a glass of whiskey and a glass of coffee, so I'm all set.
Damn, dude, you're on another speed.
I know, man. I'm doing the best. I'm doing the best I can to clear my sinuses. We're doing this one way or another. If not, I'm sick.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to be a slight cop of our time, right? If we don't try to cut it off at like 5 minutes, then you end up way over an hour.
Yep.
Oh, that's true.
Please do.
There are 16 teams to discuss.
I made a video with Braff for like one of the other seasons, and we were trying to go pick by pick, and Jesus, it took forever. We just gave up.
Oh, pick by pick.
Yeah.
Yikes. There's 192 picks in a 12-round draft.
Watched a little bit too much WE, thought we had it, did not have it.
I mean, it would be like, that might be kind of fun, but.
And I think it was the season 2, so I didn't even know what else. I mean, I still don't think I know what I'm doing, but I definitely didn't know what I was doing back then. So.
Oh, yeah, this was definitely a what am I doing kind of draft this season.
Yeah, I feel that. I had a very ambitious plan that I got maybe 2 pieces of. I'm
overall happy with my team. I mean, we'll get to it.
Speaking of which, I think your team is up first alphabetically, so why don't we just jump into it?
All right.
Poppin', you gonna show your screen?
Oh, let me do that. Share my screen. All right, I think this should be the right monitor. All right, let me know if you see. It should be James's team.
Yep, we can see it. Well,
nice.
I can see it.
Alrighty, James. So we got Whimsicott, Keldeo, Scyther, Mega Kangaskhan, the Monster, Genesect, Houndoom, Pachirisu, Dragonite, Walrein, fucking Eternal Floette, Bronzong, and Rhyperior.
We'll get to Floette, but let's. So this team, the only thing that I knew is if Whimsicott is still available, 7th pick, I want to play a draft with Whimsicott. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. Prankster is my favorite ability. It's got great moves, Prankster, Tailwind, Fake like all the great,
everything.
Encore, every move you could want with Prankster, it has.
Dude, it must feel nice to have a favorite Pokemon that's actually good. You don't see me drafting Diglett anywhere.
I don't know if Whimsicott is my favorite. I mean, I know it's not. My favorites are Tyranitar and Eevee. But classic. Whimsicott is a favorite for sure. But other than that, I was just like, let's see what seems fun, seems available. Take something I haven't used before. Take some stuff I have used before. The Genesect I think goes really well with Whimsicott.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I'm just kind of sad you picked it up. I was looking at it. I looked at it last time, then you got it. I looked at it this time again.
Yeah.
It looks really strong.
Yeah.
I mean, these are some Pokemon that I've never used because they aren't in the game that I play. But this is in NatDex, like the prep doc is correct, right? Everyone and their mother has Tailwind.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go down.
Okay.
Yep. I have
even Scyther.
Yeah, three Tailwind users. That's right. Dragonite also. Yeah, two very fast Tailwind users, and also Dragonite.
And Dragonite's got inner focus, so you're not stopping that.
Yeah, true. I think I can have Tailwind up when I want it.
Right.
I think is what that's gonna.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna
end up
worry and
being.
struggle with that. And Tailwind goes really good with Eternal Floette, which for a D tier, which was obviously mistiered because I didn't even know this was in the format.
Yeah.
But
so
125.
let's talk about Floette. So I was looking at it. I was like, hey, wait a minute. There's an alternate form for Floette that is coded into the game, and I know it has better stats. So I checked it out a little bit. I'm like, this seems like it's Florges, but 2 tiers lower, because obviously no one was thinking about it. So
James cheats. Woo!
oh, now hang on.
He ran it by me, and we agreed that cheating was okay.
And then I posted it in the draft chat, and then let 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah,
go
I thought
by
that would have changed some people's mind.
No, that was fair. That was very fair how you did it.
And then I was like, well, I could use the special bulk, and I taken another D tier.
Jeez.
Maybe I have points left over for another A at the end. Which
128, 74. That's pretty nice, man. Yeah, you made out like a bandit with that one.
Super bulky. There's no way Floette gets to stay in D tier after this season.
No, not at all. I think that and Volcanion were probably the two big oops moments during the draft that I had.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to be
in terms of like tiering my team though. I think it's a pretty good team with synergies I'm gonna have to find. Because like I've got the strong Mega Kang, I've got the strong Genesect, strong Keldeo, stuff like that. But
right. Like I agree with you there. I see you have great speed control, honestly, because I always forget Whimsicott gets Trick Room too, but Bronzon's a great Trick Roomer. Tailwind is going to be up if you want it up. But then in terms of capitalizing on that, I see Mega Kang, Dragonite, and Floette probably. But,
yeah, Floette.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. I'm gonna have to get my footing as we go on because I'm still figuring out in Nat decks. But one of my like principles of drafting is that like natural speed, it's good to have a range, but it's not like that important. What is super important is speed control. Your ability to change the speed a lot by a factor of 2x or reverse speed. Tailwind and Trick Room and Icy Wind. Those are really, really damn important. And you've got a lot of them, but it seems like in Nat decks, everybody gets Tailwind, and there's a lot more coverage of, Icy Wind and Electro Web too. So I would say this team looks extremely strong because it's got a good range of speed and a lot of speed control options. But if everyone has those speed control options, then it might be a little trickier. I'd say there's not as many
syndrome, where if everyone's special, no one is.
Yeah,
basically. Like the thing that like. So it seems like you've invested a lot into tricks, all of Whimsicott's tricks, Pachirisu's tricks, but like there's not too many like natural like killer attackers. I guess Keldeo, Genesect, Dragonite is fine, but you're gonna need to find the offense. This is, I think, James's style. He goes a little bit more with defensive and support, and he knows that he's gonna need to like use like boosting items or boosting moves and whatever to set up his offense. And so that's like the main thing that holds me back is can you use Keldeo as a justified physical attacker, or do you not even bother?
So it's base 75, but like I have 2 different beat up users, and like beat up is like it is +3, which +3 on a 74 base attack is not nothing, or 72 I guess.
Does it have good moves to use on the physical side?
I'm sure it has to. And I mean,
it's got
water fighting is
it's
pretty
got
decent.
close combat. It's got liquidation. Like it's, I think it has U-turn. I know it has flip turn.
Well, there you go. That's even better. Yeah, it just flip turn, no U-turn.
Yeah. So like it's got some physical moves too. And then it's also got the Secret Sword, which is a special attacking move that hits on physical defense, but obviously Justified isn't gonna be relevant for that. But
right. I think having the ability to run, is it Secret Sword? That's what you said, not Sacred Sword?
Yeah, Secret Sword.
I always mess those two up. But having that to just kind of throw a wrench in anyone's plans to kind of counter that thing is going to be a huge plus to running Keldeo, I think. Because like Psyshock is cool, but it's nothing like a fighting type coverage.
Yeah, there is the downside of when Keldeo has Secret Sword, it like automatically makes it the alternate form.
Right. So you just run the alternate form always.
But if it doesn't have Secret Sword, it's not the alternate form. Like that's what makes it change form. So you do kind of telegraph whether you've got that move or not.
You might want to check this, James, but I'm pretty sure you can run this fancy looking one without actually having Secret Sword.
Oh, well, that's great news. I'll probably do that then.
Yeah, check that. But are we in the same division? If so, do it after we play.
I think we're not in the same division.
All right, good. Then go wild. I'm gonna help you out, buddy.
I'm always looking for weak points, so sorry if I'm a negative Nancy. But
point them out to me.
Well, it seems like we're a lot stronger on the fast end than on the slow end. You know, Bronzong's really great, but it almost doesn't really care about speed. Like it's trying to usually like end game win con or just set Trick Room. Yeah, sure. But like, there's not a lot of ways to abuse Trick Room here, and I think you generally are going to lose the Trick Room matchup against most teams that have more Trick Room stuff. And so what I don't see is like a lot of taunt. I mean, Whimsicott is a great taunter, but I don't see a lot of taunting options and only one fake out. And I don't know exactly Mega Kangaskhan, but because it's a Mega, I imagine you probably want to be using it to attack beyond just fake out. I mean, you'll put the fake out on there, but your ways of preventing Trick Room are a little light, and your ability to win in Trick Room, like Rhyperior, even if it's going first, it's gonna lose matchups against water and grass types. So it feels like a little bit tough on the Trick Room end, is a little lighter, but the fast end is very threatening.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely went more all in on the fast end than I have in previous seasons. I've tried to spread my speeds out or bunch it up top and bottom, and I mean, I have 3 Pokemon below 80 speed. And
oh wow, when you put it like that, yeah, it kind of falls into perspective. Yeah. I think Walrein can be a pretty good threat in Trick Room, but I mean, again, it's the shared weakness with grass kind of hurts, but obviously Walrein has ice that can kind of deal with that. And Bronzong's a great, just a great mod for Trick Room. But yeah, maybe like an Iron Ball Dragonite, that could be wild.
Well, maybe I'll take a few notes here. We probably should
put it on the tier list.
Yeah, we probably should put it on a list somewhere.
What do you say?
I think I want to put myself low A or high B, and
That's exactly what I was going to say, James.
Provisionally put myself high B, and assume I'll want to move myself up to A by the end.
Yeah, if we don't fill out the A too much, then you'll get into A.
Sounds like a plan. All right, if only I could find your logo.
It's the second one. They are in alphabetical order So they're alphabetical order based on the shorthand letters. So 2W, CMS.
I was looking for your old logo. That's the problem. I saw this guy. I was like, who's this? That's not James. Sick. All right, moving on. Let's see who's next up in the dock.
How do we do on time? Not 5 minutes?
Like 10 minutes. We'll work on it.
We have a bit of an intro. I had my team next just because I had my team in slot number 2 on the dock.
All right, well, let's do yours next.
What you got to do.
Awesome. It's not loading though. Come on.
Oh, you got your Diancie again.
I did. Can I force Mowgli, get off the fucking desk? The cat's hungry. There it is. Wait, I saw something move. Okay, there it is. We're loaded.
Yeah, this team's looking hella strong. I mean, the top half. I haven't gotten to the bottom half, and it's starting to look weirder. But the top half, this team's looking hella strong.
My team has a lot of weird stuff, and I got to give you props, Jordan. You helped me build like that top team, that top part right there. We got AFP.
I just told you to get a Alolan Persian. That's really all I said.
But that pieces it together.
Man. Yeah. After using Alolan Persian in Season 4, I've gone from indifferent to love it. Alolan Persian is great and absolutely ties teams together.
Mm-hmm.
It's addictive. You can almost not afford to play without it.
Mm-hmm. I had it in Season 3, and I did really bad Season 3, but it wasn't because of Persian. It was in spite of Persian.
In spite of Persian, sure.
I'm so
is another mon that I love.
You're super great. Tell me about Mega Gallade.
So Mega Gallade, I was looking at it, And I made a draft review earlier today, so I was able to kind of clarify my thoughts on my team. But I wanted to have like a really good kind of mode where I have a really good cleaner at the end, because I originally wanted Cartana, and Mono picked it like literally right before me, so they kind of made my choice for me. But the reason why I wanted to go for Spectre over Cartana is that it's way faster, it's less strong, but I wanted a cleaner that can just pick up KOs here and there after the team's kind of been weakened a bit, and Grass and Steel don't really help that, but Ghost is pretty much a free neutral hit on most things in the game. So
sure,
if I slap Specs on that, that's a 2-hit KO on most things, which turns into a 1-hit KO after the first one. So I wanted that, and I wanted something to take care of dark and normal types, hence Mega Gallade, who's got that 165 attack, which is stupid high. So that was pretty much that. And then I talked to Jordan. We got AFP on there, and
Alolan fucking Persian.
That's right, baby.
PG-13.
And I got redirection. Everything else there was pretty much, okay, this looks cool.
Mons like Spectre have taught me that you don't need a good move pool if you just have so many broken traits. Like snowballing, speed, and attack is all you need, and just like one move. Yeah,
I started planning against my my week 1 game already, because it's been like 3 weeks since I played a draft league game, man. I'm itching for it, and this thing is stupid fast. I can't get over it.
I mean, yeah. And you've got tailwind options, you got a fast one, slow in here. Like I see this like Toxtricity, and I'm like, I don't want to play a Toxtricity unless it's like definitely going first. And so having good tailwind's good for that. So I see like good support for like a super aggro fast end. And then Diancie, like Diancie should be a 1-mon Trick Room mode, right?
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't fear much on the slow end with Diancie and more Tortle. Yeah, like there are some really broken aspects to this team, broken in a good way. I can't necessarily see some of these combinations. Like I don't know what Meloetta is. Oh wait, but that's like it's got 600 base stat total, so it's apparently also a good Pokemon.
Literally, I picked Meloetta. I picked Meloetta literally because it was a Ghost Resist in 600 BST. That's the only reason it's on the team.
That's so good.
And
yeah.
It's got the 2 different forms that it can change in battle also. Normal Psychic or normal Fighting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know.
How does it trigger a change?
It has to use this one move. It's called Relic Song. It's like it has a 20% chance to sleep, but it's a special move, and after you use it, you flip to fighting mode. So like you can't really fish or sleep with it, but it gets a lot faster and switches from special to physical, which is kind of cool. You can kind of run the switch up on people, but I'm gonna try it 1 week. But God, I cannot figure out a way to make that happen easily. I guess
so this is a really impressive that you've got no net weaknesses, because you have like the Spectre Gallade was opening you up to a ghost weakness that you covered fairly well with the Persian and Meloetta. The main thing is people are just gonna like throw fairy moves at you. Like you have fairy resists, but they're not like the most important members of your team.
Right.
Corviknight, Toxtricity, you might just forget to bring them sometimes, or just not feel like bringing them.
And they don't really have the Corviknight or Toxtricity has the offense, but Corviknight Ironhead, it's maybe a 3-hit KO, probably on average.
Yeah.
I mean, so people will be able to just Dazzling Gleam through the team. Do you have Wide Guard?
Yes, I do. Thanks. Oh, so that's another reason why I picked Mega Gallade. Mega Gallade learns every fucking move in the game.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
It's
like look at how many.
It's basically Mew.
Yeah.
In terms of its like move distribution.
I don't know if you guys looked at the move HQ, but I was playing around earlier and like I switched. Maybe it was on the other one. I switched out Mega Gallade for Mega Lopunny because I was curious, and so many of these moves just lost one member. I was like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't
just
do that.
Vanish. Sure. Well, because you've got all of those moves from Ralts and Kirlia. And then you also get all of the good physical fighting moves and just physical attacks in general.
Yeah, he's got half sibling syndrome. He just got weaved into the family halfway through. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I will say my
Looking
team
like an S tier team or close.
It's really scary.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm hoping we face off in the finals and not before.
Oh, thanks, man. I'll do my best to get there with you. Yeah, I don't want to rate my own team, but I'll take an S tier. I'll take that.
Yeah, I have a feeling that if we face off earlier, there's a chance I'll lose. And that's terrible news for me because I would love to do well again.
Yeah. I will say one last thing about my team. I really like Shaman. It's kind of like a diamond in the rough, I think. Another 600 BST, super bulky. And it gets Tailwind because it sometimes is a flying type.
Yeah.
And it's base 100, so that's my fastest Tailwind.
Shaman, but yeah, you have some broken an average base stat total of 530. Your team is overpowered. Now it's just whether it has like enough synergy and enough like balance. But we'll see.
Yeah,
like
I definitely
whether
don't.
It flows, but yeah, there's a ridiculous strength on this team.
All right, where are you gents gonna rate it?
High A, low S, depends on what the other ones show.
Yeah,
I'll put it.
I agree. Let's. I was gonna say I'm gonna put you in S with an I to bring you down to the top of A.
All right.
Sort of the reverse of what I did for myself.
Sounds like a plan. Who we got next? We got ECU, the East Coast Umbreons, a newcomer. We got I think this is Mystic, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a
Welcome,
second.
Mystic.
Hello, happy to have you. Oh, there's no like forced data refresh like Excel. Let me just plug Excel, the best spreadsheet app.
I mean,
Ooh, we have
There
a
we go.
Munchlax. So
Base stat
there's a lot
5.
of nuance in drafting. Drafting's incredibly hard, but sometimes you just see Pokemon and like you don't need to overcomplicate it, right? If Celesteela and Garchomp and Rotom and Clefairy are on the team is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't in all like Celesteela is amazing in all situations. It might be one of the best draft league Pokemon of all time.
I would say probably might be the best, honestly. It's good
Yeah.
in singles and doubles, and it's never... You bring this thing every week, man. And you pair it with Clefairy and fucking Garchomp. What do you do against it? Didn't you have a season with Celesteela, Jordan? Or
Yeah, I see it in my SPS league. Felt like my strongest team ever. It was really dominant. Celesteela and Garchomp both got over 20 KOs.
Jesus.
And so they're an amazing combination. So Braff used Celesteela and Garchomp in VBL-S and went 8-0 in the regular season. I think we had Cobra used it.
Yeah, Cobra did it.
It didn't quite work quite as well, but I don't think I think it was still really scary, even if the team overall didn't work out as well. But like they're really, really good, and the Rotom form really, really effective. So this like those four. We don't need to talk about that much about the rest. It's already a good team. But you guys can maybe talk about Greninja and Zarude, what they do.
So Greninja, I think Greninja has a pretty good spot on this team, especially considering where is it? Mega Banette, which is a really weird, wild pick.
Yeah,
but
it's wild. It's like a super, super physically hard-hitting prankster Pokemon.
Yeah, with one
It's
physical
like
move.
It's like what Grimmsnarl wanted to be.
Right.
That seems so odd, though. You're either hitting with super strong or you're prankstering, but you're not doing both at once.
Yeah, Mega Banette's kind of a weird case. Like, I would typically never consider using it, but it has a couple things that are really nice. Let me see. Does it get Shadow Sneak? If it does... Okay, it does. Good.
Probably.
That makes it a lot better.
Yeah.
Because besides Shadow Sneak, it's going to hit you with Shadow Claw, which is kind of... Because Banette's not in Sword and Shield, so it can't get If this thing got Poltergeist, man, that would not be a plus 75. That'd be a plus 50 Mega for sure. But Mega Banette also is the only Mon with Prankster Destiny Bond. So you get this thing down, and it's scary at full health. It's scary at 1 HP. You don't want to touch it.
It's gonna get a kill.
Yeah.
Any match. Like unless you just get totally outplayed, which obviously can happen. But
Yeah. I think it's...
I am of the opinion that Greninja is better Cinderace, but that it's not as good in a non-Dynamax format.
I think Cinderace is only good.
Cinderace
I agree.
Was in Dynamax format.
That's a hard agree. Cinderace is only good because it can Dynamax and live a hit. But Greninja cannot do that. Cinderace cannot do that if there's no Dynamax. But I will say Greninja is really nice in that our league's wonky. You can use Battle Bond, which typically isn't that good, but I mean, you can, if you get a kill off on that, which I mean, look at all this. Look at Clefairy. Clefairy's going to keep Greninja safe. Right. Clefairy's going to keep Greninja safe, though. Even if they discharge you, you got Friend Guard. You're going to be fine for one hit.
Yeah, Friend Guard is what, 30% damage reduction?
I'm going to say 25, but I don't know.
25, somewhere in that area, though, right? So
enough. It's enough to keep you safe.
So Greninja's basically like got an extra 40 HP or whatever, is what it amounts to, which is in terms of like actual HP total, not stats. But.
Yeah. Looking at this team real quick, there's not a bad Mon. This is a very good team. I would say this is above mine for sure. like top of ARS.
I'm stuck between this team is broken strong and this team is like pretty weird. Weird not being a bad thing. But like we got multiple like heavy investments in Prankster. And like we have a Grimmsnarl and a Clefairy, so like our top 2 supports are fairy types, which Fairy's a great type. But we have like some really weird mons on the low end. Like they're good, they're not bad. Like Munchlax and Cofagrigus and Wishy-Washy. But it's like, is this team gonna flow? Like these got some really strong pieces here. It doesn't have as many speed control options on the high end as the first 2 teams we saw. Like, I don't want to be using Greninja just for Icy Winds and then it dies in a turn or 2.
Well, that's why you use Munchlax for Icy Wind.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But like, yeah, like this team doesn't have any Tailwind. It doesn't have natural users of Icy Wind. It can really lean on the Rotom Electrowebs, but like, it's going to get outsped a lot. It like either... Clefairy saves the day each week, or just like broken damage output from Garchomp and Celesteela save the day, or like this team might be just tough to use. So that's my only concern.
Did Celesteela used to get Tailwind?
No, it didn't. Thank God it didn't. But I speaking of Clefairy saving the day, this team does have a net Fairy weakness, which a lot of teams do. Fairy's hard to cover. It's an OP type, but it's all his high tiers: Greninja, Zarude, Chomp, and Grimm, which. Obviously, Clefairy, the 25 or 30% reduction can help, but when especially on a mon as frail as Greninja and Zarude's, actually Zarude's pretty bulky, but it could just be tough. But I definitely think this is a powerful team, but I agree it might be difficult to use, especially if you're up against something that can deal with like a Scarf Electroweb.
Yeah, it does seem like Mystic is going to just be leaning on the raw speed stats.
I think it also
kind of like dodge some otherwise iffy KOs and stuff like that.
I think it also has a very difficult time in Trick Room. I will say I've been 3-0'd by Munchlax. I'll openly admit that it can do wild things. Wishy-Washy is a bit tough to use, and Cofagrigus is a better support, I'd say. But I don't know. It's kind of a huge drop off between 30 and 60, and then 5. I don't see much.
Like an A-tier team.
I would agree. This
is
ECU.
I think
I'll put it 1 notch below Poppin.
Yeah, I think top of A for me. Well, I've got Poppin higher right now, but or in S anyway. But we'll see how that goes. What's our next team here?
We got Ben, Season 3 champion.
GBB.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, I did this in the wrong order. It's GBB, not GG.
As long as we're all looking at the same team, it doesn't really matter which order we go in.
True, but all right.
I took a glance at this one at one point. I saw like great mons, right? Like sometimes you don't have to overcomplicate it, right? Put Clefable on the team, and put Zapdos on the team. They're great mons. But I realized that there's so much weight on this Salazzle here. It's the only source of fake out. It's the only source of beat up for 2 justified mons, or for Terrakion, and it's like it's
the like, fastest too, right?
Yeah, it's one of the only like fairy resists, and like and Salazzle's not bulky. Like as soon as you lose Salazzle, this team is weak to fairy. It doesn't have fake out. It doesn't have support for its Terrakion. So like I think if we invested in another mon that had like fake out, intimidate, other stuff like that, like some other good utility support mon.
Swap out Scraggy for Stantler. There you go, tier 4 fake out intimidate. I don't know if you saw the draft, Jordan. Yeah, speaking of Stantler.
Stantler was Ben's first pick, round 1.
Yeah. Okay.
He drops a Stantler in the chat and ghosts, and he's like not been in the Discord hardly like all week. Like nobody knows what's going on in his mind right now.
I want to pick his brain. I think he said he wasn't joking around, but when he picked Stantler round 1, and he said something about the holidays keeping it festive, like I thought it was going to be a Christmas themed team. I was expecting a Delibird, but he got Rudolph and no one else.
I mean, so I love normal type. Personally, it's my favorite type, and I would say it's probably not best, but it's my favorite type to have as a secondary type. I love having normal types.
Got to get that extra stab.
It's got 3 very good abilities.
But you can only run 1 at a time.
You can only run 1 at a time, but you can run the one that you think will be best in a given week. but all its stats are very middling. Like middling to poor, I would say.
Yeah. So was it bottom tier? Was it like second to bottom tier?
It's a D tier. It's a D tier mon.
I mean, it was probably good for that tier.
Yeah, Stantler's good. It's the only Intimidate Trick Room mon, which is a nice niche. But what else does it do? And I mean, in Trick Room, you already have Reuniclus.
So it can swap and Intimidate onto the opponent, and then trigger your own Defiant, which he's got the melodic.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a good point. I'm sure he'll do that. That sounds like something. Ben is a great player, so I have no doubt he knows what he's doing, but I don't know what he's doing, which makes it hard to evaluate.
Stantler, along with the other deer Pokemon, Sawsbuck, are two Pokemon that really lost a lot of utility with all the moves that were cut in Gen 8.
Yeah.
Particularly,
I love Sawsbuck.
Gift.
I wanted to draft Sawsbuck so bad.
Yeah, I was looking at Sawsbuck too, but I'm like, oh no, all the sweet moves were cut.
I know, it's depressing.
Natural Gift, Grass Whistle.
Grass Whistle's cut?
Yeah, Grass Whistle's cut.
Shit, I thought Shamu could use that. All right.
No. Sorry to break it to you.
Fuck.
So I'm seeing a team with some massive attackers, but it seems like there's so much pressure on a couple of key pieces, Salazzle and Clefable. Now, Clefable does great even when you put a lot of pressure on it, but if you can deal with these supports, then I can punch through a Cinderace and an Absol. As long as I can mess them up with charms or with fake outs or whatever, I can get through them. And so Zapdos is the only attacker that can sit there, or Zapdos and Milotic are the main offensive pieces that can sit there by themselves without any support and do okay for themselves. But Cinderace and Absol and Terrakion and then Crawdon, they kind of need some help. And so I think this team's going to be kind of volatile.
Yeah, and I mean, Mega Absol dies to a stiff breeze.
Mega Absol is terrible. There's a reason it's 100 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's 115 speed, 150 attack is nice, but when you take 60% to a fake out,
you could die to a Mach Punch, and there's really no way to stop it.
Or you die to Mach Punch, or I mean, I'm guessing on 60% to fake out, but my guess is I'm not that far off.
Yeah, especially from if you face this team, man, Mega Kang is just wiping the floor with it.
Now, we're grading the team, not the player. I'm sure Ben will get some results, but for me, this might be a B tier team.
I think this is a B tier below me, who's also in B tier.
Yeah, I would say B or C, but I'll put it low B. The majority has spoken. All right. That is GBB.
Canner, Grafton Gangers?
Yes, sir. I will say quick, I do like his Trick Room mode, Reuniclus, Mudsdale, Crawdon, but...
Does he have ways to trigger the stamina? So Salazzle's his only way to trigger stamina a lot of times, and so that's more pressure on the Salazzle. But it is a really strong Salazzle here. I just want a Salazzle light somewhere around here.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe look at Salandit. You get the Violite. That might be bulkier than Salazzle, honestly. But
you don't have to be that bulky to be bulkier than Salazzle. Salazzle is, every bit as frail as Mega Absol, and we just bagged on.
Actually, look at that. Yeah, it has 3 more HP.
They're identical.
That's wacky. I didn't know.
Look
at that. Oh, even the speed too. One has almost 100 more attack, but just ignore that.
Yeah,
imagine needing a Mega just to become as good as Salazzle.
There is something to be said for spending a Mega to get more.
I totally agree with you, James. I was thinking of picking up Mega Audino, to be fair, plus 100, and I just don't see what he did with the plus 100. Honestly,
yeah, I'm not really seeing where that extra 100 points of free. Of free picks went, really.
There we go. Canter loaded. Dude, Canter's team. I love Mega Beedrill. It is my favorite Mega Pokemon. It is so sick. And it gets Tailwind.
Pokemon.
Mega Beedrill is such nonsense.
When we did... James, were you in the VGC 2016 tournament?
Yes. I lost in... I think I won 2 matches, and then... But I didn't make it to the finals. I don't remember how many people there were. But
I lost my first match, but I joined that specifically to use Mega Beedrill.
Yeah, I ran Smeargle, Xerneas, Kyogre, and Mega Mawile, and 2 other Pokemon I don't think I ever brought.
Oh, so you mean good Pokemon.
I feel like Heatran and something else. I don't know. And like Kyogre with Primordial Sea and Thunder, just like
Good stuff.
won me games. And I had Grass Knot on my Xerneas to counter opposing Kyogres, and that was a strong era of Pokemon. The late Gen 6.
Yep. So, speaking of strong, I think Canada's team is nuts. He's got a great trick room. We got Hat, Conk, and Donphan's pretty good. Yeah. Aggron, I don't like Aggron. I used it in Season 2, and it always disappointed.
And this is, regular Aggron, right? Not Mega.
Yeah, right.
He's got Mega Beedrill. Yeah.
And then on the fast end, nothing outspeeds Mega Beedrill. But like, literally, the only thing faster than Mega Beedrill that got drafted was Pheromosa. But...
yeah, I was going to say Regieleki didn't get drafted. Yeah. Ninjask didn't get drafted. End of list, right? Or Mega Pidgeot didn't get drafted. Like, I mean, Mega Beedrill is going to go first. It's going to get like a huge... Does it get first impression? Well, it doesn't need first impression.
Does
it
it?
Can just run Leech Life. Like, it can just hit you with a monstrous adaptability Leech Life off base 150.
Yeah, I love...
this thing is as strong as Zacian. What the hell?
Yeah,
with adaptability? Come on.
I love Mega Beedrill, man. I will never not sing its praises. It is so fast. It's so strong. It's like the ultimate... If this thing was an Ultra Beast before Ultra Beast existed, look at how fucking mid-max this thing is. 150 speed, 145, no HP, no special attack.
15 special attack. Yeah, it's of its 495 base stats, 480 of it is being used. That's the same as like Genesect if you're running all physical or all special.
Yeah.
It's also 480.
Yeah, Mega B actually does have some kind of better than you would think team support, though. I mean, Tailwind from 145, nothing beats that unless you're Prankster. And it gets...
yeah, except for my Whimsicott. But Beedrill kills my Whimsicott with a 4 times super effective Poison Jab.
Yeah.
Adaptability.
In Beedrill, if it really wants to, it can really get super value out of that 15 special attack with Struggle Bug, which is honestly Struggle Bug I brought on my Illumise like every week last season.
I believe this is my week 1 matchup. So.
Oh, well, have fun.
Yeah, you can sometimes afford to run Struggle Bug or Snarl even if it does no damage.
Yeah.
Good move.
Yeah,
I see you in drafts you want balance and you want extremes. So in Beedrill and Hatterene you have some extreme power, and Arcanine and Rotom Wash and like Double Intimidate, like you have some really good balance here too. Electabuzz is probably a bulky enough follow me.
It's really good, Joy. And like especially because it has the same thing as Magmar, which I don't know. There was one game last season where Braff got like 3 burns off of Magmar's Follow Me Flame Body, and I'm sure this Electabuzz is going to do the same thing with Paralysis.
With Paralysis, sure, with Static.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
What does Donphan actually do though? Like, it was great in like Gen 4 singles, but this is 2021,
no idea.
And like,
it just seems like I'm going to use Aggron in situations that I would think to use Donphan.
Yeah, like you get...
or Conk.
Like, you don't have the grounded fighting weaknesses, but...
Yeah. If there was a slow Intimidator, like a Scrafty might beat the whole Trick Room mode, except Hatterene. Like, but it beats Aggron, well, never mind. But like an Intimidate user beats all of the Trick Room abusers except Hatterene. Now,
which kind of with Magic Bounce kind of laughs at Intimidate, but
oh well, that's good defense against Intimidate there.
Yeah.
This team is really strong. There's some pieces that I don't quite understand, but like when there are other things that are really strong, then I'm willing to give the coach the benefit of the doubt on seeing things that I don't. Did you know Hydreigon and Arcanine is a very disguised beat up Justified combo?
Ew, technically.
Awesome.
And Hydreigon can beat up, and then Arcanine can bulldoze at +4 that Hydreigon ignores as a levitator.
Oh, Jordan, stop.
It's the wackiest Justified combination out there because I was gonna draft it at one point and I didn't.
Yeah, he picked Arcanine round 1, so he's got something cooking upstairs.
Arcanine's great. Yeah, so there's some great stuff here.
Also, I'm gonna give a special shout out to Sky Shaman with 60% fucking Air Slash and 80% Spadef drop Seed Flare. That thing is going to be a pain in the ass if you don't have Ice Shard.
Yeah, Serene Grace broken ability. Like
Ew.
every move with a secondary effect is like more or less balanced, like to pick a fair value for its secondary effect, right? So when you're doubling that, you just
And Skyman is the perfect mon to take advantage of that. 127 is faster than pretty much anything most teams are going to have. And if it's not, all right, here's my 145 speed tailwind. Now I am faster.
Yeah, now it's faster.
Yeah, like
let's do that.
I think it's really great to have two really fast options because when my in my VBL-S season 3, like I used Inteleon as like a really good strong attacker, but like because it was my only really fast option, I had to have it doing icy winds and just like support stuff. But when one can support the other, or one can threaten while the other does something else. Really good there. And then he's got a really compelling fast mode with both of those, and with Arcanine and Hydreigon can be fast. Electabuzz and Kadabra can be fast and strong. Like there's a lot of power here on both ends of the spectrum. This is like a very powerful team that just like might just needs to make sure that it can like control the game in some ways and not get like intimidated, or like it might need to fake out some key things so that Mega Beedrill doesn't die. But like otherwise, yeah, maybe A tier for me.
I would say A tier for sure.
Maybe high
I
A
like
tier.
I like it in A tier too.
All right, we'll put it above ECU. Agreed.
Sure. Yeah, we're getting crowded right there.
How do we rate it in comparison to mine? I think it's better than mine.
I don't.
I'm gonna go with Spectrier over most things.
Okay.
Yeah.
No objections.
As we're looking at some other teams, I'm more and more happy, honestly, with putting you in S tier. Like I'm looking for reasons to bring you down, and so far I haven't seen any. So.
Oh, thanks, man.
Top and promoted to S tier.
Yes. You two say so.
Go.
Woo.
Yeah.
We're
Who's
at
next?
40 minutes or something. Jesus. There's
Oh
so
my
many
goodness.
teams. Okay.
This is nonsense.
We've got HR. What does it stand for?
Hakuna Matata.
Hakun. I love that team, man.
It's a great name and a very good logo.
Oh yeah, they
Excellent. Very like late 19th century family crest type.
yeah.
But
He's
with some Rattatas and Raticates.
Holy speed control, Batman.
Oh,
It's so fast.
oh no.
remember
It's
when the
so
B stood for
fast.
beginner?
Yeah, back in the day, and then we just changed it to Bat. We changed it to VGC Bat. I don't.
Yeah.
I think it's VGC Battle League dash, and then whatever. We had to get creative with what the B stood for. But yeah, this team's pretty schnasty. Definitely weak on the Trick Room, but when you have Coco, Latias, Tauros, Lando, like honestly, Lando, Blastoise, and what's the fire Entei? Sorry. They're pretty good. I think they're really nice with speed control. Illumi, I cannot talk. You guys know I love Illumise. That did so much work for me last season.
Frank,
Yeah,
there's a
I
good
mean,
ability.
you liked it enough that I say Illumise now instead of Illumise, which is what I'd always said my whole life.
I'm glad I could spread the truth. But yeah, that's a busted mon.
Well, I think it's an appropriately costed bond now. Like, we
yeah.
moved it up.
Yeah, that's true.
All is right in the draft board. Mm-hmm. Well, not all is right. I got Floette Eternal in D tier, but
Most is right.
Most is right.
Two are maybe not right, but this team is very very fast, I'll say. Landorus
Normally,
is
I look at 100 or 6 mons at 100 or over and being like, what's the rush? You know, why you got to be so fast? Like if more could be invested in doing strong things as opposed to going first. That's what I would normally say. However, we've got 6 taunters here and 3 fake outs. We have abundant tools to stop Trick Room.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as we just keep going first, Ben showed us in season 3, you just need to really have great offense and can make sure they can and you can stop their Trick Room stuff. You can just win. Offense wins championships.
and
I wanted to complain that this team was just too much invested in speed, but it has a lot of tools to stop Trick Room, and Blastoise goes really, really far as a follow me user to protect
I
fast
love
frail guys.
Blastoise. Blastoise is such a good mom. I'm gonna pick it round 1 in season 5 if nobody else picks it first. It's so good. But
Of VBLS.
yeah, that's right.
Like
In
of
BDSP.
That's right. Yes,
Without
sir.
follow me.
With no
Yes,
follow
sir.
me.
I'll still
Without
do it.
cannonade?
I'll still do it. I got shell smash. That's all I need.
And no
I mean,
Mega.
have fun. I don't like that. Without
Yeah,
cannonade.
no Blastoise tonight either. Like you can have it round 1 with no follow me,
I
no Cannonade, and no Blastoise
I will
tonight.
gladly take it. But I think Lando is a super big threat. Just sheer force life orb, everything dies. It's so good, especially when you're going fast and have Blastoise to redirect ice and water. That's a perfect pair right there.
Yeah, you don't need to invest in speed on your Lando because you have so many options that can make it faster than anything.
Right. You can
without any
viably
speed
run
investment.
252 attack and special attack, and it's
Yeah, you
totally
can.
fine.
Yeah.
Which is a terrifying thing to say.
Yeah, the ability to have so many speed control options for already fast, already strong mons like Lando and Entei, that's looking really good.
Yeah, and I think Sneasel's honestly really good. I was considering picking it instead of
I love
Persian.
Absolutely.
It's a tier down. It gets the same moves, the same speed. Just slap a. It's obviously it'll die in one hit, but you put a focus sash on it, and you're off to the races, man. This thing
yeah,
is
it is. It does
unstoppable.
have the sort of downside of you basically don't get an item because
Yeah.
like you have to run a focus sash on it. Like if you, I mean, you don't have to, but you have to.
You can run a life orb on it.
Well,
Life orb
Yeah,
fake
yeah.
out.
yes, Jordan, you can run Life Orb on it.
Well, I
No, I
ran
mean,
Assault
it's not
Vest on my
possible.
Weavile. I ran a Scarf on my Weavile. I ran Wide Lens. If you get the reputation for using Sash, then sometimes you get the benefit of Sash without having to actually put it on because people will just double target it anyway.
True. Yeah, that's very. That's a good point.
Are there any crit moves for Tauros?
I'm sure Sneasel gets Frost Breath. I would be surprised if
Something
it did.
gets Frost Breath. I don't know. Does Serena get not Circle Throw? What's the fighting type
The
one?
other one. You should know, Jordan.
Storm
You got throw.
probably.
I don't know.
My guess is Serena
Crit-
used to get
crit
Storm
throw.
Throw.
Storm throw. That's it.
I mean, I don't know if that's actually true or not. Like, I'm guessing, but
Probably. It gets.
Okay, this is in the clump of very good teams.
no, it
I'd
doesn't get
say
Storm Throw,
A
but-
tier, but below ECU.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I was gonna say, James, when you built this tier list maker, you got all the transparent PNGs. I love you for that. That's so nice.
I resized all of them so they're all square. Also,
Oh, beautiful. My logo's. I know my logo's like a weird fucking rectangle. So I never fixed it.
well, I mean, it's fine. Like, it being slanted is fine. Like, I just made the file
Yeah.
a square, and it works fine. But yeah, yep, I
Beautiful.
made them all squares.
Thanks, man. We got Tay. We got Zera Aura and a bunch of
All these
mid-speed
good teams
things.
I gotta face.
I know. I'm glad I'm not in your division. So I know he's drafted Zera Aura as the fastest fake out user. Furret is super sick. I love Furret. It's just not as good as Wartortle.
Yeah, this is like this is a value draft.
You know what this is? Look at how many mods
For
he has
sure.
from Darkseid's team. He just like fucking swapped from the tournament. He's got Pelipper,
Yeah.
Muck. I mean, that's it, but still that's a big part of Darkseid's team from last season.
So yeah, and he leaned in a lot more on like lots of mid-tier mons. Like he has the minimum D tiers in one.
And it's Furret, which is awesome. So
Yeah, which is like one of the best D tiers. And then went with lots and lots of value picks. Yeah,
Good
but
team,
only
good
one A
drafts.
also.
Invest just enough into a couple of things to be scary, or like they want to have like 2 really strong rain mode, a 2 really strong terrain mode, two really strong fast, 2 really strong slow. So like just having Seismitoad and Pelipper is enough that you have to prep against rain. Right. Just having Indeedee and Gardevoir is enough that you really have to bring your dark types. So like that's a really good value cores there, and Zera Aura is probably going to just tie the whole team together like a Regieleki. I don't know what else it does besides be fast and strong.
Yeah, it's Regieleki with fake out pretty much.
Sounds ugly.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much. And I was gonna say, and can be physical or special, but so can Regieleki. So yeah,
brothers.
Yeah, I mean, so Hitmontop's super great, fantastic in this format. Gonna be awkward with Indeedee, but he'll just bring them separately. It'll be fine. He's got a lot of speed clumping here. Like these 5 mons in the 45 to 50 range. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I'm gonna bring my 44 speed Drake Algae and beat your whole Trick Room mode.
Yeah, that is tough. Like, I know last season and this season I have a Trick Room mode that's not super slow. So, like, it really sucks when you get undersped by... Like, my first week matchup, I got Sly. He's got a base 30 Copper-Raja. Like, what do I do against that? Well, both my Trick Room mods are weak to steel, and it's slower than them. It's really rough to get undersped in Trick Room, especially to a point where you can't use Room Service or Iron Ball to fix that. But...
Looks like you're stopping Trick Room.
Yeah. And in terms of stopping Trick Room, I know Gardevoir gets a
Persian. I'm not going to blow up your spot, though. You're going to have to do something else besides Persian, but Persian is always the answer.
Yeah. But honestly, the fact he has Mega Gardevoir and Indeedee Male, that is Psy spam just to the nth degree. That's stronger than anything.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I mean,
in Sword and Shield.
This is like this is the value version of Indeedee Female and Megazam from Canner's team last season. Like,
and do you want to know the terrifying thing? Bring your Dark type against Psy spam, you get hit with a Pixelate Hyper Voice. Dead. Instantly. So teams are going to have to figure out a way to pick apart Indeedee Gardevoir, and that's going to be hard.
Yeah, I love the it's the Indeedee Hatterene typing where they share no weaknesses because Fairy and Normal cover each other really well.
Yeah.
This is good. I mean, like, I don't get Crustle. Like, I don't get what it's doing. Is there? I guess there's Follow Me for it. Like, I don't get what's the point of setting Trick Room with Exeggutor. Like, it's strong already. Like, I don't know,
like pretty bulky. Like 95. Well, I guess 75 is a little rough on the death
You're not
side,
setting Trick Room to win in Trick Room for the most part, and so like I don't get some of these pieces, but the things that I do get are hella strong, and of course I do put a fair amount of benefit of the doubt on Tay as a coach, great coach. Yeah. We're not grading the coach, but you got to consider sometimes you assume that he's seeing something you don't. But I'm not right now prepared to put it as high as some of the teams we've just talked about.
Yeah. So what I want to do with this team, I want Tay's team to end up dead middle.
I would agree with that. It's pretty.
Like,
it's got some highs, got some lows, but
this is the value draft.
Mm-hmm. And value could work for sure. And I think he definitely picked up great value picks. But
this is a team that Tay is going to have to play to win, rather than the team winning for Tay.
I completely agree. Sure. And yeah.
So this is a high B, low A situation.
I think Tay is a right, basically right where I'm at. Either above or below.
I'll put him between you and Ben. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Sick. Alrighty. Moving on. We are at 52 minutes.
We're flying through.
Yeah. Honestly, we got 16 teams. It's going to take a bit. We got Tom next.
We got nine left, but we can do it. Who's next?
Tom, whenever it loads.
Crocodile Dundee.
Tom is the master of the drunk draft. I'll give that to him.
I mean,
no one does it like Tom.
There's a bottle of beer on his logo. Speaking of, I'm gonna go grab a White Claw real quick.
Nice.
I lurked every once in a while people were drafting, and I noticed the first 3 mons Tom picked were weak to rock, and I'm like,
I'll shore that up for sure.
Rock, can we please get a rock resistant here? And then when Tom was away, Braff drafted on his behalf the Empoleon. I'm like, whew. But then it just got worse from there.
It's funny, dude. When I was, you text me, hey, can we put this in the doc? I was putting it in. I was like, what the fuck? Is he building a mono flying team? And I was like, oh no, he's just building a mono rock weak team.
Yeah. So like drafting's really hard. Period. But avoiding a rock weakness and an ice weakness is some of the hardest stuff. Mm-hmm. And so if you bring 4 flying types, it's gonna be a problem. Like, it's a big problem. Togekiss can't protect you when it's dying anyway. Like, it's like pick your poison. Togekiss dies or its partner dies.
And like, it's pretty obvious. But I mean, Rock and Ice are 2 of the worst types to have that huge weakness to, because they got lots of spread moves. Mm-hmm. And same with Electric.
Rock slides. Dazzling Gleam gonna be very strong against this team. This team was not made with I've got 5 mons. What's gonna balance out these 5 mons with the 6th? This is a fly by the seat of my pants draft, and it seems like Tom's gonna be having to outplay his opponents pretty consistently to win with this. I'm lost.
I would agree. I think these are good mons, but I don't think they're good mons on the same team.
Yeah. Yeah, like I like Driftblim. I like Togekiss in theory. I like Breloom could be great.
Morgrum's cool.
Usually good value.
Empoleon's sick. Incineroar, classic VGC champ year after year.
Yeah, 70% usage for a reason.
Yeah.
This is high value, low synergy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, low overall team synergy.
Yeah, low team synergy.
Yeah, there's like a sun mode here, or wait, no, Mega Charizard doesn't do sun.
No, it's the other one.
No, Mega Charizard gets Tough Claws and Dragon type.
Never mind.
Well, I mean,
is there?
It's gonna be easy to go first
attack,
here with Driftblim. It's gonna be like Slowbro. Like you're gonna be able to stop Trick Room with like an abundance of taunters and like Prankster and whatnot. But like the team is going to die to Rock Slides. Like mark my words. I don't even feel terribly bold predicting that it's going to die to Rock Slides and Blizzards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I usually am not too worried about Rock type being like an overall weakness, meaning more weaknesses than resists. But man, 7 is
this is like
because normally you bring like 1 or 2, the team might be overall weak to Rock, but you're not going to bring all the Rock weak Pokemon. But when 7 of your 12 are Rock weak,
this is Daddy's bug draft levels of Rock.
Yeah, there's no combination of 6 mods, as James was saying, that like isn't Rock weak here.
Yeah, like, oh, I've got an extra move slot. Well, Rock Slide is the most common move in the game. Slap it on that Pokemon. Oh, this is I guess I'm running an all physical week. Well, probably not 2 Intimidators, but I mean,
we don't have Wide Guard either.
No Wide Guard. Not
that
even
would be
with,
so. I'm surprised Krabby
Laptex.
doesn't. That could be Krabby's one niche. Get Wide Guard on that thing.
Yeah.
Stretch those pincers out really far.
Yeah, so how far it could go to grab a Steel type and a Wide Guard user, and then this team looks significantly better. But let's put it in C for now. What do you think?
I would agree.
Bastiodon? A cheap Steel type Wide Guard user?
That might
I've
be.
never heard of it. That's not a real Pokemon.
This might be the one team in history where Bastiodon fits on. So, and it's the same tier as Krabby. So, Tom, if you're watching, make that trade. All right, moving on. We have the Wonderkind. We got
VBL.
Breath, who did the Mono Gen 6 draft.
Mono Gen 6. If you got to pick one generation to do only mons from that generation, I think 6 is your best option.
I'd say 6 or 7 between those two. It's pretty easy to build a team.
Because 6 has the largest like number of Pokemon just by pure numbers, and a very similar
6?
type spread.
You're thinking 5.
Gen 1 intentionally because it was meant as a sort of do-over for Gen 1-ish. And I think he did a pretty decent job of making a functional one-gen team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this doesn't strike you as a challenge run team. Like, this isn't obviously a meme team, which is great.
Yeah, this is a theme team,
Mm-hmm.
not a meme team.
Yeah, like this team is very functional. Now, I mean, just ignore the fire column, but everything else, yeah, this is I'd say, that you can treat this as a legit team that you're gonna have to work hard against. Volcanian's great. Just great stats, and Poppin, of course, used it.
I love Volcanion.
Yeah,
So well
the
last
only
season.
mon ever unbanned in a VBL is on this team. Hoopa Unbound went from banned to S tier.
True. We'll have to see how that thing plays out. From
busted.
Hoopa's, I don't know. I used it in a singles league where I could put, because it has the ability Magician,
You
which
could
is
put any ability on it. That's some nonsense.
Yeah,
You
and-
can prankster
Cannons
Smeargle
just
in that.
win.
and
in
even
singles,
in that league where I could put any ability on Hoopa, I didn't bring it every week. It's so tough. That 4 times U-turn weakness sucks. But there's no bug spread moves. He has Vivian as a okay. I love this little butterfly. It's such a good redirector. It has Friend Guard. Rage,
Guard, Compound
Wow,
Ice,
Friend
Sleep
Guard.
Powder. Oh,
The only
Vivian
fully
is
evolved Friend Guard.
sweet.
So it's just gonna be clicking the move Protect, right?
essentially, yes.
Occasionally, we'll be saving a mod from death by dying.
Or Sleep Powder with Compound Eyes.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
pretty
it's
good.
just It's Butterfree, but good.
Mm-hmm. It's got shield dust too, so fake out does nothing.
Yeah,
So.
Vivian is sweet.
And it has like a million different colors, so you can bring a different one every week and just to flex.
I mean, you gotta go with like exclusively the ones that were like events though, like Pokeball and
I was gonna go.
I think there was like, wasn't there like a Japanese flag one or something like that?
Yeah, I was gonna draft Vivian and just like do the represent the desert with the like the desert variant that I had when I played X and Y back in the day.
Oh sure, yeah.
But I don't know, maybe next season. But yeah, Volcanian's really good. So Mega Diancie. I think Mega Diancie sucks. That's my speech.
As in, it's not an improvement upon Diancie.
I think it's a what do you call worse?
Downgrade.
A
Downgrade. A deprovement. That's right.
Because it's no longer because. Why do you think it's worse?
You get no clear body, which honestly it's fine because that's not so much the issue. Clear body on the first turn is really all you need. That's what I had with Mega Metagross last season. That works out really well. And like I have Mega Glade has the opposite of that problem. It gets essentially intimidate proof on the second turn, which doesn't matter. But that's fine. But Diancie, the 150 defense really makes a difference over 110, which is essentially my sticking point with it. Because Diancie can live a bullet punch. Mega Diancie gets a bit iffy. You have to invest a lot in HP.
Yeah, like no matter how high your attack is, if you die to a bullet punch, then who cares?
Yeah, 160 is a lot. It does a ton of damage with Diamond Storm. I'm not going to overlook this thing using Diamond Storm and Dazzling Gleam every single week to just nuke the other side of the field. But it's really tough to keep it safe from bullet punch. I mean, you bring bullet.
Diancie was slow. What the hell?
My Diancie's slow. Braff's Diancie is fast as fuck.
Yeah, regular Diancie is like base 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know what? To be honest, you don't need there was a couple weeks last season where I essentially had no item on Diancie. He could feasibly run normal Diancie with the Mega Stone in Trick Room, get it set up with Aromatisse and just blast away Diamond Storms, but that seems a bit strange. But I think his team really is tied together by super fast Noivern, and because Volcanian's at that weird speed where it can work in Tailwind really well, but it can also work in Trick Room with an Iron Ball if you really need it to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Braff's team.
Ready for me to blow up Braff's spot?
Yep.
So my favorite strats in the game are finding ways to use spread moves and have my partners dodge them. Mm-hmm. Like telepathy strats. He's got telepathy Noivern, which he could do Heliolisk discharges. Diggersby's immune. Telepathy Noivern's immune. He's got earthquakes that Vivillon and Noivern would be immune to. Choice band, huge power, Diggersby, Earthquake.
Oh, Diggersby is awesome. I'm surprised no one's ever drafted that in VBL. That thing does so much damage.
Yeah, it's not, it doesn't do a lot of things, but the main thing it does, strong ground and normal moves, very, very, very strong. You can wide guard with Aegis Slash.
Hurts a lot, though. No longer having access to return makes Diggersby...
Yeah. What are you going to do, Mega Kick?
Much worse.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I guess Body Slam's fine.
And I think... Earthquake or Dig, right? Are its ground moves? It didn't get high horsepower.
It probably gets high horsepower or Stomach Tantrum, right?
I think it's Stomping Tantrum. I don't know about horsepower.
Yeah. Did you know that Wide Guard protects you from earthquakes, from your own earthquakes?
Yes.
I did.
As well as
it gets high horsepower. All right. Oh, all right. Yeah. So high horsepower, U-turn, knock off, and coverage move.
Giga Impact. There you go.
Giga Impact.
So Braff has major spread moves. He's got major damage with a couple of key pieces here. He's got major speed up top with Noivern. That's where it ends. Every team's got great stuff, and I think some other teams might have more good stuff and might be not so crushingly weak to fire. But this is almost a fantastic team here. So I think this might be a low A tier team to me.
Let's see where we got the other teams.
Yeah. I think my team is better.
I would agree. I would still say your team's better.
I either want to move myself into A or put Braff below me in B. Is what I'm going to do. But you two are adults and you can put him wherever you'd like in your...
Wherever in that range is fine. Y'all are making the list.
I'm going to put him at the bottom of A, just above you, James.
Just above me?
Get wrecked.
All right, well, I think my team is better. So I'm moving myself up into A, and I'm putting him at the top of B.
James going rogue.
Guys, I'm putting myself in first on this whole tier list.
Well, no one's going to beat you,
That's true.
As KC pointed out, no one's going to beat the California Colossals in this season. So,
dude, I love that KC improves every season and is like
he's become
legit fantastic player now.
Mm-hmm. I'm proud of him. He's done well. I've gotten worse every season.
I think you're getting slightly better, and you've gotten worse RNG.
That might be true.
Hoffmania now.
Yep, whenever it decides to load.
Oh, Faramosa, Victini, Araquanid, Indeedee Female, Scary Mons.
Yep.
Mega Mawile.
Faramosa.
Mega Mawile with Faramosa is a scary, scary thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to put speed. He's going to skill swap or speed swap onto the Mega Mawile with that giant attack stat. And
kill something.
And teams just have to have a solution or lose.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right, folks, how are we beating Intimidate?
How is this team beating Intimidate?
I mean, like if it's relying on Mega Maw,
I think
Faramosa can be special.
Mega Mawile gets Hypercutter beforehand, I think, before it Mega Evolves if it needs to.
Yeah, Hypercutter or Intimidate, depending on whether you want to intimidate opponents or not be intimidated yourself.
Right.
Do we have Victini Psy Spam here?
Victini Psy Spam or just Nuclear Bomb with V-Create.
Yeah, and I mean, Victory Star lets you run some really sketchy moves on other Pokemon too.
Yeah, Victory Star cleans up the Heat Wave 90% accuracy. I mean, if you miss a 99%, if you miss a 99% Heat Wave, we're gonna lose that game anyways. No bones about it. So
we can do Prankster, Liepard, Sunny Day to V-Create and just kill everything.
Yeah, that becomes a delete button. And especially, even though it lowers your speed, that's okay. Prankster Thunderwave next turn. You're good to go, buddy.
Yeah, this seems very extreme in the fast end.
Yeah,
however, we do have like Liepard and DD we're not going to use together. But Faramosa, like I've run only one 9 Dynamax League, and the one mon that exceeded my expectations was Faramosa. Like Glass Cannons are back without Max Rockfall OHKOing them through Sash,
right?
And like Dynamaxing to live a Faramosa hit. Like Glass Cannons win. They really win with adequate support. With a Liepard Fake Out, you're going to town. With a Liepard T-Wave, you'll be just fine. Do we have... And with Psychic Terrain, you're not going to get faked out. So raw speed wins the day when you have Psychic Terrain up. So Faramosa is going to be massive here.
Yeah, especially if you got the Indeedee redirection, you got the Sash on the Pharaoh, you can just start steamrolling with things. I love abilities that just let you clean up the game easy peasy, and nothing does that better than Faramosa. It's outspeedable. It has 137 attack and special attack. Good luck figuring out which one it's doing until it's too late.
I also kind of love the Trick Room mode that this team has too. Between Rinrigus, Mega Mawile, Liepard works great in Trick Room. Like, that's a sweet little mini core right there also.
Now, I love that Cradily protects a lot of potential water weaknesses. Are we gonna bring Araquanid with Surf next to Cradily? Because otherwise we have to bring one or the other.
You know what?
True.
Could happen. I've seen wackier things.
But I mean, honestly, I feel like Cradily and Araquanid are a lot of the times going to be a one or the other anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Marowak, I really have a lot of faith in. Mega Maw and Trick Room could probably be good. Probably be great. Let's be honest. So yeah, I like the Trick Room mode as well.
Yeah, he doesn't have much of a. There's a huge gap, 80 to 50, between Channeler and Mega Mawile, but they're both at that spot where they can both get helped out from. Wait, does he have Tailwind? Oh, his only Tailwind is the stupid bird.
Is terrible.
So
Pheasant.
Yeah.
Eyes to everything and often doesn't get a chance to set the tailwind before it dies.
Yeah, I know he said somewhere, I think in the Discord, or either that or I imagined it, that he was wanting to do some speed swap stuff. And I mean, he definitely picked a team that's great for speed swap. I mean, Shandy, Mega Mawile, Marowak even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I feel like if you're using Pheromosa for Icy Winds, you might not be using it to its fullest potential, but it is a good Icy Wind user.
For sure.
I think he might one or two more speed control options would be pretty cool, like another E-Web or Tailwind that it be beyond what you've got. But maybe this team isn't about gradually taking control of speed. It's about either immediately having speed control or having speed control in Trick Room or just killing you.
Yeah.
Killing you is the strategy.
He's definitely got a bunch of just delete buttons. Mega Mawile, Tatini, Shandy has a 145. Yeah, it's
yeah.
tough.
This is like an all questions team, right? Like it doesn't necessarily have all the answers, but it asks a couple very tough questions.
Yeah.
Like,
do you have
how
something
do you
that can
deal with-
survive a Victini?
Yeah, in the sun, or a speed swap Mega Mawile, 105 base power with huge power.
Yeah, if not, thanks to the 2-0.
Iron Head. Yeah. And I think here's my prediction for Hoffmania. All 7 matches will be 2-0s or 0-2s.
This is the kind of team where I can see that happening for sure.
Yeah, I don't think he gets a single game 3 all season.
He might. It's either like they have a recipe to beat Pheromosa through Psychic Terrain, or they just don't, and Pheromosa wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that seems to be the way this team's kind of shaped up for sure.
Or Mega Mawile. I don't think I can put this at the very top. We love all these teams, and we want to put them all high. But I feel like this is like around Braff and James' team.
Yeah, I want to put him right in between the two of us at the top of B.
I would say I put him above Braff, so I'm gonna do that.
Well, I also put him above Braff, but I think my team is better than Braff. So
true. Fair enough.
All right. Well, you guys will both come out with tier list. You do you.
Yeah, of course.
We're moving on to the second
there
dock.
to be 3 tier lists at the end of this.
Yeah.
But
There'll be 3
All right, I gotta
very
get another
similar.
drink, y'all.
All right.
Keep chatting away. We're not
done. We're
not gonna
loading
end it,
up.
come on.
We're moving on to spreadsheet number 2. That's how much data we've got here, everybody. Moving on to sheet number 2. We've got
Who's up
the
next?
Piedmont Dawn. We've got Dark Side. James, did you know that last season was his first draft league ever?
Really?
Yeah. He told me that in his interview, and I just, sure, okay.
So he did what I thought I was going to do in season 1 of VBLS.
just sweep with it. Just have that natural talent.
I've been playing VGC since 2014. Like,
it'd be strange if it didn't come to
draft and draft is not the same.
Yeah, no, it's such a different environment. It's like a whole different skill set. Like I literally play VGC. I'm probably a worse VGC player than I am Draft League. I never play that, and I literally only ever play doubles in Draft League. So you take me to a normal VGC tournament, I'm out round 1, no question. What the fuck is going on here? Why isn't it
The
loading
last doubles, or the last VGC tournament I played in was at MagFest 2018.
Yeah, that's a bit ago.
That was the season that they played their tournament in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And I did pretty well in that.
Was that a restricted one or nah?
No restricteds. And they had kind of a weird ban list because they were allowing people to play on Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Oh, that's weird.
So they had to maintain parity between the two versions.
Yeah, I can't use Blacephalon, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But
how'd you do?
So there were like 40 something people maybe that played in that tournament, and I lost in the top 16. So I
damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I won 2 and lost my third, and it was a single elimination tournament. So
do you remember anything that you had on the team back then? I don't even know what that looked like.
Yeah, so I had Mega Blastoise Politoed.
Ooh. Water pulse for days.
Well, Helping Hand water spouts
Even better.
in the rain. And then I think that team had Thunderous and Trevenant on it also. I've been a Thunderous Incarnate fan since
Thunderous is
since
the GOAT.
way back.
That is the.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's just as much a part of VGC history as Incin at this point.
Yeah, I mean, so many nerfs to Thunderous. So many nerfs have been because of Thunderous.
Yeah, and guess what? He's still great.
And he's still, yeah.
What is this cracked ass team that we're about to look at here?
It's a strange team. I'll give you that. Oh,
Dude,
got your boy.
I'm more up on this than Strange. This team's look hella good. I mean, it's got Throw, so immediate S tier. But like it's got Polyludi, it's got Tapu Lele, it's got Throw. No, it's got Piloswine, Weavile, Mega Metagross. Like Mega Metagross in Rain seems disgusting.
This is a team close to your heart, Jordan. You got Weavile and Throw. Ooh, good stuff.
Yeah,
Weavile, Throw. I mean, we're joking about Throw, but also like Throw's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that I'm being immodest, but I think my team, my VBLS team, really maximized how good Throw could be, because like you had all these mons that required specific answers, like you need a grass move for Gastrodon, a ground move for Heatran, and by then you don't have any space for a random Psychic to beat the Throw. Like in this case, people are gonna actually bring flying moves to beat the Ludicolo, and then they'll beat the Throw for free. They're gonna bring the fairy moves to beat Guzzlord, and then they're gonna beat the Throw anyway. So this isn't Throw's best outing, but it's like if it was a low tier, then it'll pull its weight, no problem.
Right.
Yeah, C tier, and I think it's correctly valued at C tier.
I would agree. Yeah. I like in the course of this, between these two seasons, we can start to see people having favorites. He had Oricorio on his last team, and even though it got bumped up a tier, he still picked it. And I think that was.
Yeah,
I think it's so cool. You can have the 4 different options.
It's Fire, Fairy, Electric, and a 4th one, right?
And a Ghost,
Ice, maybe. A Ghost. That's right. Yeah.
So the Ghost one's sick. You get Ghost type Tailwind, baby. That's Drifloom's look out of a job, crying on the street.
Well, I mean, it's still faster than Unburden.
Well, not if you don't got Terrain, which this team don't. But
this team doesn't have Drift Blim either.
Right. True. Fair enough. I will say.
Although I don't think the Drift Blim team.
This team should have had Lele Blim. That's really good.
Yeah, Sticky had that last season. That was terrifying to deal with.
Well, the new Lele Blim is Lele Oricorio.
There you go.
Is this the first time Excelgor has been drafted without the Excelgor Palisand combo in a VBLS league?
I think so.
I think that's the way to do it. I don't think that's a good investment of 2 whole Pokemon.
Did it season 1. Every single game I brought Palisand Excelgor, I lost. And I brought Excelgor without Palisand and never the other way around. And I won games with normal Excelgor. It's got, it doesn't have the, I wonder, let me look it up real quick. In this format, it might get String Shot. If it does, that's a game changer. Because that's just.
I mean, it's got, String Shot would be enormous.
It does not get String Shot.
Okay.
Oh, depressing.
But yeah, Excelgor is one of those mons where it's like for most cases, like whether a mon's good has everything to do with how much you paid for it. Like if you get Excelgor cheap, then I'm really excited about it, because like all you got to do is land an Acid Spray and it Lele kills something.
Right.
But if it's not cheap, then like I get worried about the fact that it is just a Sash bait, or just like a get O-code through Sash by a dual wing beat or a Rock Slide flinch. It's really, really dangerous to use, but if you get it cheap, then I really see its potential in a couple of games to be huge. You know, Politoed or Ludicolo could get Okos after an Excelgor Acid Spray.
Yeah, for sure. Also gets Final Gambit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And
that seems good.
Like, it doesn't have a huge HP stat, but like maxes out at 187 HP if you max it to HP.
And there's a lot of stuff with weird EV spreads for draft that are going to have less than that. Like,
yeah, 187 is a lot for draft. So like maybe you just get some KOs with a Final Gambit.
I love that this team is like really bulky, and it has like a lot of multipliers on its offense. Rain boosted, terrain boosted. I'm really jazzed about this team. I'm gonna rate it higher than wherever you guys put it.
It's got Acid Armor. Does it have Fake Tears as well?
What are we talking about? Excelgor?
And the whole team.
It's got acid spray, which is
or acid spray is what I meant, not acid armor. Yeah.
Yeah, acid spray. Yeah.
I was just wondering if it has any fake tiers. I don't see any.
But wait, acid spray is just better fake tiers.
Well, not against steel types. It's not.
Okay, fine. You're not bringing Lele Excelgor into steel types.
Well,
you're bringing Rain. You're bringing Piloswine. I love how you have these fire weaknesses that are protected by the Rain.
Yeah, that was a pretty good synergy there. The reason why I'm probably not going to rate this team as high as you, Jordan, is just the speed issue. Tailwind only from Oricorio. Trick Room non-existent. I don't think I've ever seen a draft doubles team that doesn't have a mon that can set Trick Room.
A single Trick Room user, yeah.
Right. And like Throw and Guzzlord, they would love to play around at Trick Room. I bet you could probably.
I mean, Guzzlord especially.
Yeah.
You can switch. S tier team for me. I'm not even exaggerating. You can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna do B. This is probably gonna be the most divided team, but
yeah, and I think I'm in the middle of the two of you. I think it's like a low mid A tier.
All right.
Who's the coach of this one?
This is Darkside.
Yeah, this is Darkside.
Well, Darkside, you're gonna have to show them all. Like, this team is nuts. This team is ridiculously strong.
Yeah, prove me wrong,
multipliers for days on these offense. You can just scarf the Lele and just beat everything. You got so much here. Let's see how good.
I want you to prove that Trick Room is not mandatory because I hate playing Trick Room. I want you to show me that Swalot is good because I love Swalot. Please. Please do well.
I'm putting them right above me in A tier, and also I'm gonna move Canner up to S tier below you.
Sweet deal.
Yeah, this is my number one team so far.
I have him. I had him lower than Ben. I don't think that's right. I'll put him above Ben between Tay and Ben.
This is definitely this is three wild swings.
Yeah.
We are so far apart on this team.
Yeah.
I mean, I like you guys. You're allowed to be wrong sometimes.
Oh, only thanks, Jordan.
He's keeping track though. Don't worry.
Right. Yeah, we're allowed to be wrong sometimes.
You're on my nice to naughty list. You guys just dropped one notch.
We got PHP next. We got the Frillish. If it'll ever load for me.
Philadelphia Frillish. Great logo.
Love it.
Love it. We got to get a Frillish skin for Gritty as an alternate mascot for the Philadelphia Frillish.
All our new
it's like a blue, white, and red palette swap of Gritty.
Beautiful. All our new coaches had sick logos. I just noticed that. Yeah.
Oh, we're getting shown up. Like I'm so happy. Like glad I redid my logo.
I like your new logo. It's nice. It's classic.
I like it too.
Alrighty. We've got.
Yeah. Let's talk about
JDB. You're my Pokemon historian. You're gonna have to tell me. Should I respect Mega Camerupt?
You also, James. You used Naganadel and Camerupt in the past.
Camerupt last season.
You were the expert in this mon.
So I was pretty happy with my use of Mega Camerupt, and I was a little surprised that I found it underwhelming. Because
you think you did as good as it could do, and it just wasn't that great.
I don't know about as good as I can do, but I think I did. I brought it when I should. I used it well, and I was a little disappointed with it. Constantly having to keep the water weakness in mind just put me in so many situations where if I didn't have to protect to live, I could have won. Like I could have then won the game otherwise. I did get outplayed one week. I don't remember who it was, but I brought Heat Wave, but should have brought Flamethrower and got out wide guarded.
Ooh.
I don't remember what we. Oh, it might have been when I faced whoever had Chandelure. I'm not sure. But no, Camerupt Mega was good in Gen 6. Or I guess it would have been, late Gen 6, because it was an ORAS edition. And basically all the teams that it was on paired it with Cresselia.
I see.
Because
you skill swap a levitate on there?
You can skill swap a levitate.
Oh. Make it a boot like Primal Groudon.
Yeah, I mean, it benefits from all the ways Cress is great on a team, right? So you can, like, it loves to either be paired up with the Trick Room, with some screens. It likes to get supported with a helping hand. Mm-hmm.
Like this thing has such high attack.
If I ever draft Mega Camera Up again, I will also draft Cress.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I don't think I'll ever draft it without it.
Yeah, so I look at this team and I'm immediately wincing from incoming Iron Heads.
And Rock Slide.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of neutral, I hadn't looked at this team weaknesses type chart. And again, I don't put tons of stock in it because often you're not gonna bring all 4 of those rock weaknesses.
Right.
And,
yeah,
that's very true.
You got to put the weaknesses in context, but I think with context, the steel weakness becomes worse because I think these are some of your win con mons. Like you need to keep the getting healthy so that your other mons can win the game. Mm-hmm. Like Sylveon can win the game for you with like Specs Hyper Voice or like Calm Mind, but like it's not gonna win when every mon's teching on Iron Head or Flash Cannon.
Yeah,
like. I mean, Darm can win if it's going first, but like if it's not going first all the time, like it's also dead to the Iron Heads. And Glacier too, that's.
I think it's super important if you get a great, like Togetic is a great redirector. Never dives in one hit, but it's super important to make sure that it doesn't have the same. It's directing away types that it would like to hit, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't want it. Like if I have a team with a water type sweeper, I don't want a War Turtle, but if I can take a steel type from a fairy, I'll gladly do that any day. So
yeah,
I think this could be because this team has like the scariest Trick Room mode of any team I may have ever seen in a draft league. Because Glastrier, all right, you got to stack up on your Intimidates, and then Slowbro and Mega Cam come in and blast you away on the other side.
Yeah,
it's scary.
At your Intimidate.
Yeah.
And Mega Camera can't get burned. I think this might be a good Mega Camera Up team actually. The more I look at it, but the rest of the team is like they're all Steel Weak
and Rock Weak and Ghost Weak. Zero Ghost
Weak were neutral. No normal types. I'm telling you, normal.
Yeah. There just wasn't a lot of. He might have been thinking about like kind of offensive synergies and other kinds of synergies, but just the typing synergy is not here. It's like. Maybe this coach has more of a tournament experience than a draft league experience where they're gonna bring Shadow Ball, Rock Slide, Iron Head, and you cannot beat that. I just don't see how the team can beat the right coverage for this team. I don't see how it becomes so blisteringly fast that it's never gonna get hit. I don't see how it can really like bulk up through rock slides. Like it's gonna get flinched. Like
it's kind of tough.
Yeah, I mean,
to put in. Sorry, go ahead, James.
Scarf E-Webs on Galvantula. Naganadel gets Tailwind.
Oh, I forgot about everything Galvantula has. It's a lot of speed control packed to one mon, so that's fair.
Yeah, and Sticky Webs, which not as good in
String Shot
doubles, but yeah, get String Shot.
Okay.
So like, there's
Gothitel's
not
great.
nothing.
You gotta respect the Gothitelle.
Yeah, and Gothitelle, like.
Gothitelle has some scary partners. If you get trapped in there with a Gothitelle and a Darmanitan, it's all right. What am I going to lose? Something's getting faked out. Something's dying. Same thing with Rampardo. Same thing with Clamperl.
Then whatever comes in is going to have Shadow Ball.
Right.
And it's going to kill the Gothitelle. Or it's going to have Iron Head and it's going to kill the Darmanitan.
And just the fact that some of those big stacked weaknesses don't have like Ghost and Rock, like Steel is really bad, but Ghost and Rock also, there's just nothing that resists it. There's no good switch in, which makes it really tough.
This might be the team that benefits the most from roster moves, right? Because like you add one dark type and then like you can balance out this situation here. Like if you just like remove one of the redundant fairy ice situations here, and then the team gets so much more balance, right? Because there is good stuff here. I really like the Gothitelle and the Galvantula. I like the Togetic in theory. I love Slowbro in theory.
It has an amazing Trick Room mode. It has some scary physical offense. It just needs a little help.
Last year, Mega
A little more balance.
Brutal. Celebi, I don't know what Celebi does.
Celebi dies to your turn.
Like, is Celebi bad Mew?
Celebi's bad Mew and bad Shaman.
And bad Shaman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, if you got to be worse than 2 Pokemon, you could do worse than Mew and Shaman.
True. It definitely...
It's the disrespect Celebi crew.
All my homies hate Celebi.
So we have a C tier here?
I would agree. I would put it... How would we put it relative to Tom?
I mean, I think they share a lot of problems. Like the problems that brought both of these teams to C tier are very similar. And I think
it just seems too solvable, right?
Yeah.
But this team I think has more upside with trades, which we're not considering now, but I think this is closer to being a great team with trades than the other. So I would put it above. Neither
one of these teams is in my league. Tom perfect. Or KD or the Frillish. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll put him above Tom as well.
Periodic reminding the drafting is hella hard.
Yeah. Oh, no kidding. Especially when it's a draft that you are then going to play for 7 weeks as opposed to 3 rounds of a Magic tournament, which is the other thing that I draft regularly.
Someday we'll talk about Magic. I hear it's the greatest game ever.
I would love to get into Magic. I just I spend my money on too many other games.
The time to get into Magic was 8 years ago.
Oh, that's sad to hear.
I mean, like, it's the most popular it's ever been right now by a huge factor, but I think the gameplay was the strongest about a year or 2 before I got back into it. So,
yeah. Okay.
I mean, like, it's still great. Like, it's still a great game, and like you can still play. Like, all those cards still exist, right? You can still play all that stuff, but there's just been a lot of power creep in the last couple of years, and
yeah. Hey, so this game.
Well, Pokemon has not been a stranger to that. Like, Gen 8 mons are some of the strongest mons they've ever added, which I don't really mind in theory, right? As long as old mons gradually get new tools to compete. And then, like, I want the meta to shake up, right? I want you to throw a Regieleki into the meta, and all of a sudden, fast is not fast anymore. Like, I like the fact that the game has changed.
I think for the most part, I agree. I think they do a pretty good job of keeping the old mons in step with some of the newer ones. But there's obviously like Gen 1 favoritism goes a long way. There's a reason why Venusaur and Charizard are still viable.
Are still great, for sure.
There's a couple of
Who are looking at next? Two cannons?
Yep, if the dock will ever refresh for me.
Another great team name with a great logo.
All right, let's see.
And we've got the Meowstic Darkrai team, along with
every season's got to have one.
What's Meowstic do for Darkrai?
Gravity.
And Prankster Gravity.
And Skill Swap.
And Skill Swap to give Darkrai Prankster, what's it called?
Dark Void.
Wait, isn't Darkrai immune to Prankster?
I think it only protects you from the opponent?
Yes.
That's actually a good question, though.
Yeah.
But I'll take your word for it, James.
Dark. Yes. It doesn't stop me from playing it incorrectly every once in a while, but yes, it works the way you hope it doesn't. if you're the opponent.
Perfect.
But yeah,
I don't get this team, but I'm not prepared to say that it's not good. So someone's gonna have to help me out.
I think this team has some good pieces. Meowstic Darkrai, I don't think is as powerful as you would hope it is. I mean, Tay never brought it last season.
He brought it against me week 1 and then traded away 2 weeks later.
Oh, well, there you go.
Which was brutal because he crushed me with it. But it's something that as long as it's on the roster, you have to care about.
Yeah, for sure. I think this. I like the sun mode, easy peasy. Hail seems kind of out of place, but I will say,
but it was a cheap pickup,
right? For sure. And if you can bring Hail and set Aurora Veil in one pick, that's pretty useful.
Mega Sizor is gonna it's gonna beat the Frillish and just throw out Technician bullet punches off a base 150 stab, and
there's nothing you can do about it. It is
I don't know if they're in the same league or not, but
yeah.
As the guy who just ran a team that had a lot of 4X weaknesses, I say that it's everything to make sure your team doesn't share weaknesses with that thing, to really stretch your opponents thin. And right here, I'm always bringing fire moves because I'm going to hit Caesar or Venusaur. And I think that that's a little bit of a challenge, and you're not bringing the sun mode with the Caesar.
Right, and on top of that, it's so easy to get out of position and just send to the Torkoal at the wrong time, and shit, now my mons are all weak to sun and dying. Even some of the ones that are neutral. I think redirection would help this team quite a bit. I mean, what team doesn't redirection help? And there's still quite a bit of viable ones left over.
Yeah, I think my team is kind of not gonna take advantage of Pachirisu as much as it maybe could. I've got some Swords Dance water type stuff. I've got set up where that Volt Absorb is gonna be useful in conjunction with Follow Me and stuff like that. But it's not like I'm running Mega Gyarados and I really need to protect it or anything like that. But I agree that in general, Follow Me and Rage Powder just make your team better.
Mm-hmm.
This is a team that might just want to drop Venusaur. Sorry, but
it's hard to 2 A tiers too, right?
Unless you're gonna drop me a Mega Caesar, but
that's what
the combination of Venusaur with Mega Caesar. You're just not bringing them together, and you could really do other things because you're not that if you're gonna bring Sun, then you're not water weak anymore, and you don't need Gastrodon. I could see this team Mega Caesar plus Gastrodon being really good with Latios, and then just something else where Venusaur was, or you dropped Mega Caesar for just something else.
I think on the positive side, I think Granbull is a really good pick here. I think it's just
Granbull is pretty sweet value.
Yeah, it's the only fairy intimidator.
Yeah, although I was looking at Granbull for my team for a while, but I was like, I've already got 2 very solid fairy types. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily need a third, but if Granbull had been normal type, I definitely would have picked it up.
There you go.
So
I do have one other question. I don't see the point of Comfy on this team. Obviously, it's floral healing is awesome, and you never don't want to have that, but I think you could have picked something else in. Well, you know what? Comfy does have Tailwind.
It gets Tailwind. Yeah, everything gets Tailwind in that deck.
And it has Trick Room.
And it has it's one of the Tailwind Trick Room.
Yeah, there's plenty of good Trick Room options for this team. Meowstic also has Trick Room. This team has ways to win in fast mode with Prankster and in slow mode. I like the speed control end. I just think some of the pieces don't necessarily give you a lot of flexibility in team building. It's I have to choose between Vanillix or no Vanillix. I'm having trouble bringing Vanillix with Torkoal. I'm having trouble bringing Torkoal with Caesar, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like there's 3/4 of 2 different very good teams here.
Yeah, I can't imagine picking. I can imagine bringing 3 to a game, but then that 4th is just, what do I want to do? You know, it makes you really scratch your head about what that last spot's gonna be.
Throw an Ursa Ring under Tailwind with Latios. That could probably be good.
Get some guts on there. A Flame Orb.
Does Ursa Ring have coverage moves?
Doesn't need them.
I mean, it's a normal type.
Probably has coverage moves.
It's an early normal type. So it probably does, but
if it has a normal and a dark move, you've got perfect coverage.
Yeah, I'm sure it gets Throat Chop or something. Facade, Throat Chop, Protect.
It gets Crunch. So
there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I love Ursa Ring. That's a good pick.
It's low kick. It's all the punches.
I think this is objectively a good team, and I think the level of competition has made it so that it's gonna maybe be in the lower half. But I'd say this is a good team. Don't let the rankings fool you. This team could do some stuff.
Right. I have it between Tay and Toucanon. Oh wait, no, I have it between Darkside and Ben.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm thinking top of B. Is that about where you've got it?
I've got it mid B.
Mid B. Oh, that's right. We're way far apart on the dark side. So
yeah, we've diverged.
Yeah.
All right, we got my first week opponent up next.
think I might like Huffmania's team better. But all right, who are we looking at next?
SS, the
Swallows?
Seattle Swallows. My dock has just stopped refreshing.
S tier logo. Why? You got to get your logo on the website.
I know it looks so good. We just can't see it.
Oh, get it together.
All right.
I mean, I say that, but like it's a pretty sweet team. So great work.
Yeah, I need you guys to help me with this team because I am just upside down and don't know what to do. I literally tried.
Okay, well, these are good mons, so you win because you have good Pokemon. Raikou's a good Pokemon. I assume Mega Salamence is a great Pokemon because regular Salamence is a great Pokemon.
So good.
Mega Salamence is Salamence, but
Plus.
better.
Yeah.
Rillaboom Hitmonlee is a fantastic combo with the Unburden, with the coaching, with the dual fake outs. Wonderful combo.
Yep.
Oranguru is a fantastic Pokemon.
Yeah,
Yes.
you guys have both played Oranguru.
Everyone loves
yeah.
Oranguru.
Yeah, everybody who plays Oranguru loves Oranguru. It's great. It lived everything in that final match. And Clawitzer with terrain, love it. Does Purloin have like a prankster terrain setting, or do we have any other terrain setting? I guess we could set Psychic terrain with Oranguru.
Whimsicott Misty terrain is the only prankster terrain.
And it has prankster grassy terrain.
But maybe it has grassy also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raikou gives electric, but that's about it.
I'm starting to like this team, Pop. And what can I answer? I've good mons and a range of speeds and types.
Yeah,
What
tough.
else can you ask for?
This is a great team. This is like, I guess I'm giving away some of my planning, but this team is really hard to play around. I mean, if you want to go fast, okay, you have 3 great Tailwind setters. Go fast. If you want to do Trick Room, you have 2 great, and Gothita's also there. And you have Copperajah.
I would say the same about Tailwind. You have 2 great ones and also Volcarona.
Yeah, I guess you'd rather be doing other stuff than Volk.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how well Volk complements the team, but it's a good Pokemon. Like it's good. And then we don't have a lot of rock weaknesses, which is good.
yeah.
This is a balanced team. This is a team that in the hands of a good team builder can do whatever the hell it wants. This is what I wanted to do with my VBLS team with Rillaboom. And I found that it was lacking a little bit of explosiveness, of just being really, really, really fast and aggressive. But I think Mega Salamence
And it turns out Mega Salamence shores that up.
Yeah. So, like,
Mega Salamence is brutal. Like even Return is gone, but who cares? Like
double edge.
Mega
Boom.
Salamence is doing like monstrous damage off of aerialate takedowns or
Hyper voice. It's so scary. I don't know what to do against this team. I look at it.
Does Salamence get quick attack?
Let's go see. It does not, and thank the Lord for that. I see this team, and I see there's a fairy weakness, so I try to pick it apart from the fairy side, and then Volcarona.
Fairy weakness almost doesn't matter though, because you can OHKO Hitmonlee with Purloin with other things.
Yeah, and then I look at it from the rock side of things, and it's just tough to break through. It's a really well-rounded team. I think this is the best team we've seen so far.
Yeah, this team's.
Yeah, I'd say it's up there. You might just try to stall out this team with U-turn and intimidate.
Man, it would have been great if I had intimidate on my team.
Wow.
Hey, live and you learn. Yeah, I love this team.
Cool. So maybe an S tier team.
There's not a bad mon or a weak link on this team. Even the 2 D tiers, Purloin and Gothita. One has Shadow Tag Fake Out.
What good D tiers.
The other has Fake Out and Prankster. So you're kind of SOL.
Gothita, technically untiered. Broke my spreadsheet.
Oof.
Nice job, Sly. Welcome to VBLS.
I say broke. It's just not on the on the list that we bothered tiering.
Yeah.
So when I loaded it in, it's not on my alphabetical tier list. But
oh man, Shadow Tag and untiered. Look at that. What a world.
Yeah, I think I think this is the best team we've looked at.
I wholeheartedly agree.
This is the best team that we looked at that doesn't have Throw on it.
We live in reality. You are wrong.
I unironically do think that the Dark Side's team is my other top team. But that's fine. It's fine. We'll have to just see.
Yeah, two of us are going to be wrong because we were all wildly different.
I'm excited to see how Darkside's a team I think to watch for this season, just from how wildly different all of our impressions are. I want to see what it does.
Ew, we have Colossal and
no
Amoonguss.
D.
Colossal Amoonguss, the villains of VBL tiering.
So
can we just drop Sandslash immediately?
You don't want to have 2 quad fire weaknesses?
I don't want to have 2 fire weaknesses. Thanks for asking. When I also have, like, I guess, like, it's Slush Rush, so I like the Slush Rush part, but do we need Caesar?
No, so drop Caesar so I can take it.
Honestly, like, Sandslash and Alolan Ninetales sounds like something. It could win some games, and Amoonguss, unfortunately, is effective sometimes. So, like, with Sandslash and Amoonguss, I don't feel the need for Caesar. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself on this whole team.
I think I don't know. I think the fire weakness actually hurts a lot because based on the way this team is, I see my damage dealers being maybe Halucha, Sandslash,
Mega Latias.
Yeah, Mega
Combine
Latias.
Finny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just see some of my other flex options being really vulnerable to fire, and my one redirector being weak to it too. Especially with a type that has such good spread moves, really, really sucks. I don't think there's a wide guard option. No.
Yeah, this team's struggling for offense. I mean, like, a Mega Latias is 140. It's like the most underappreciated 140 attack stat. Yeah. But, like, you need to, like, stall out the game with, like, Luxray Snarls or something so that Tapu Fini can win, because it can't win on turn 1. Gliscor can't win without, like, Swords Dances. Mm-hmm. Amoonguss, I don't know. Like, I guess it can attack. Behemoth's actually pretty strong. I wish it had
it's a
range
good D tier.
Yeah.
You know what? So I was talking about Squirtle earlier. This is a team that would do well with Squirtle on it. You can get the fire moves away. You can protect your Gliscor from water and ice. So
Squirtle undrafted?
Squirtle is undrafted, my friend.
Yeah, Squirtle undrafted.
You should get it. TD.
Yeah, too much. Pick up Squirtle.
It's D tier, right?
Yep. And it has all the moves of Wartortle and Blastoise, but just less.
Yeah, just less stats.
That honestly sounds like a great acquisition here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that either.
You could Aqua Jet the Cole.
Right, exactly. What's the D tier on this team? I can't tell which one it is.
Behemoth and Alolan Sandslash.
Oh yeah, drop Sandslash, pick up Squirtle, gets a bit better. There's obviously still
be better.
Then do you want to get rid of Alolan Ninetales?
You might also get rid of Ninetales, and then we're just making this a different team. And so Too Much is going to have his own choice as to what he wants this team to be.
Right.
I think there's some really good stuff here. Like, Finny is amazing.
Yeah.
The guy with Finny won SPS, a draft league without Dynamax and a very, very high competition. Finny was just really unbeatable a lot of the time. Incredible move pool for draft league, and I really think it's excellent.
And the ability helps out his team. It's so nice. I mean, no paralysis, no burn for your. I mean, if Scissor gets burned, it's probably on fire already. But still, it's really nice. And it doesn't have the anti synergy with Gliscor for Poison Heal if you want to run that, because Gliscor is in the air. You're good to go.
Okay. I don't understand Gliscor, and I'm like, I love ground flying, and it fits my upcoming theme for the next season. Ooh. But like, I don't get it. Like, I'm not gonna use Acrobatics and Earthquake as my only stab options.
I was considering doing Gliscor instead of Meloetta at the end, but he picked it up first. But
I was looking at Gliscor for a while too.
Yeah, it's got good typing.
Didn't take it.
It's got a fantastic typing. I just
It's a bit rough in doubles.
We'll talk about how my theme is going to cause me to have a terrible season next VBLS later.
Oh, no.
But this team is pretty good, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is bottom. I think I'm going to go like bottom of B, like maybe.
I'd say mid B, somewhere in the pack.
B.
I mean, Tapu Fini. Come on, Tapu Fini.
I forget what these earlier
Tapu Fini,
teams
Caesar,
look like.
Latias.
True. Yeah, I want to go look at Ben's team again, because I might want to put Ben
we've
down.
already forgotten about Ben's team. It's probably better than where we have it, but like, let's just not pay attention to it.
I have it in mid-B. We've only got one left. We're almost done.
Oh yeah, Ben's team was the Absol, Mega, Stantler, Salazzle, Terrakion, Table, Cinderace.
I think it was better than some of the teams we've since reviewed, but
I'm gonna slide Ben down and put the Toronto Delmise in between Braff and Tay. Our tier lists have wildly diverged.
Whimsicott?
Yeah, Wedgehurst Whimsicott.
Last team.
He dropped Gigalith
I know.
for T-Tar.
I am
my
firm.
favorite Pokemon.
I believe that Gigalith is better than T-Tar in Draft League.
That is the VBL-S consensus.
Yep.
But Mono is here to upset the consensus.
He's here to prove us wrong, hopefully.
I used Tyranitar last season with Dracozold.
Tyranitar's great, just not as good as Gigalith.
I think Gigalith is better, yeah. Because, I mean, better speed stat, no 4 times weaknesses.
Yeah. Oh,
Guys, this team's making me nervous here.
This is the Kartana team. Yep, no net weaknesses. Fun to see.
I mean, you have five fighting weaknesses. I don't care if you have 5 fighting resistances.
Listen, you got
have a
Arbok,
fighting
you got...
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
This team has a very big fighting weakness, which is usually what happens to sand teams. But fighting weaknesses can sometimes be dealt with via a lot of Intimidate, and you're only Intimidate. Oh, no, you have Stoutland. Okay, you have Stoutland.
Also,
Stoutland.
One of the wild things of Natdex is Mr. Mime gets Follow Me, so you can redirect all those fighting moves right into it.
What?
Yep, Follow Me, Fake Out.
Touche.
It can still be a problem once Mr. Mime goes down, but kind of help those first couple turns.
There is no space to succeed for Lurantis to succeed when you already have a Kartana and Excadrill on the team.
Right. I think Lurantis can go.
I love Lurantis as a Intimidate deterrent. When you have T-Tar Excadrill, you want something that benefits from Intimidate, like Lurantis does with Contrary. But maybe this is a team that drops Kartana. I happen to have a lower opinion of Kartana than most people, where I'm just like, guys, Heat Wave exists. But I do see it win sometimes. Sometimes it's really crushingly hard to beat, but I don't think on this team it's your best option.
Kartana, brings over some of its, institutional strength from non-draft, from regular VGC, right? So, it's because it's such a scary thing to see on a regular, VGC team. Some of that scariness, it just sort of still has the stink of it on it in Draft League. That 181 base attack is crazy, but 30 or whatever base special defense.
I don't know. I love Kartana. I think it's the perfect cleaner. So I think if you're able to punch some big holes with T-Tar and Excadrill, and maybe even Barraskewda, who knows? Kartana comes at the end and cleans it up, but obviously you do have to get rid of everything and anything that even learns Heat Wave before you can bring it in confidently, which is a huge...
You have to get rid of things that learn Ember, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Kartana dies to a lit match.
It's a rough life for Kartana.
So we have Mienshao. Mienshao beats this team, right? With Inner Focus, blocking the triple Intimidate and fighting moving through everything.
If Mr. Mime has anything to say about it.
Of course.
Poison Jab.
Well,
Mienshao is also really strong, so it's okay.
I think Mr. Mime has a lot of weight on its shoulders in this team.
Yeah, which is tough because the defense, the physical defense of Mime is it's not there.
And especially all those fighting type attacks, they're gonna be pretty physically biased.
Yeah. I want to put some respect on Rotom Fan's name, a legitimately good Pokemon that usually gets under-tiered.
Yep. Rotom Fan Stan, absolutely.
It's rough that it basically has no ability.
Yeah.
But
it has Levitate. What are you talking about?
that's what I said. But you've got Prankster, or not Prankster, but Gale Wings, Talonflame. You can Kartana go fast and cross your fingers. Or you've got Tyranitar, Excadrill go fast. Tyranitar crosses its fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Or you've got double, or if you want to bring Arbok, triple Intimidate.
Mm-hmm.
And
Can we get Prankster Rain on this team so that Barraskewda and Cortana can be sick nasty?
I'm sure there's some Prankster left with Prankster Rain. What does he have here? Oh man, I don't remember the tiers too much.
I mean, you can maybe do like fake outrage.
Volbeat didn't get drafted and has Prankster Rain.
Sounds usable.
Riolu didn't get drafted and has Prankster Rain.
Bad Bond.
That was not one of your qualifications. I mean,
Dude,
Tornadus.
every time I want to put Riolu on a team or in a draft squad, I'm like, I can't even think of 4 full moves it has that are worth using. It has Prankster Coaching, Copycat, Prankster Weather, and that's literally it.
Hey, Protect, there you go.
And Protect, there you go, 4 moves.
That sounds like a mon that is safely ignored.
Jordan, don't underestimate Prankster Protect.
Prankster Protect. Before the helping hand. Profit.
I think Barraskewda is Barraskewda and Lurantis. I think you can kick them off the team. Figure out something that goes in with those guys. I really, really thought Xploud was going to go on this team because this is the only combination of Soundproof Follow Me and Specs Scrappy Boom Burst that can exist in the game. And that just sounds like it's a recipe for success. So
I think Mono said he was going to put Xploud on this team.
He said he was going to, but he didn't.
Go back to putting Xploud on this team.
Yeah.
Because we think there's a couple things that are outmoded or obsolete because you have better stuff, right? We don't need both Cortana and Lurantis and Excadrill. We don't need Barraskewda when we have Mega Gyarados. I like this team. I think it is a good team, and I think it can just only get better with some moves. So is it in the pack somewhere? I could even put it upper B.
I'm thinking upper B as well.
I'm gonna put it above Tay, and probably. Oh man, I don't remember what any of these other teams have. I'm gonna put it.
I've got Tay at the bottom of B, but we're miles apart on some of these.
Yeah, I have it just below James, in front of Toronto.
All right, time to promote some teams to S tier, so it's not empty.
Poppin
and Kyanner can get S tier.
Yep. That's my S tier as well.
My S tier is only Swellows.
You need to.
But I do.
I need to adjust to reflect the bell curve.
No, this is a bell curve. That's what.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
That's 7 B tier teams.
No, I have. Yeah, what is in this far ends? It's supposed to be what, 5% of the population? Okay, that's more than 5%. Fuck you guys.
We all skew upper in the tier list because we're nice people.
Yeah, that's true. See, nobody got D. Nobody got D.
If I was going to re-skew my teams, I think I would put KD and Frillish into D tier. I would move Tay and Toronto Delmise down into C. I would have 4 Bs, 4 As, and 3 Ss.
You're trying to be balanced, but that's not very nice.
But I don't think that accurately reflects my opinions as much. So I'm gonna go back to how I had it again.
James has opinions, and I say everyone for S tier. Okay.
Oh, and with that, Jordan wins the nicest reviewer.
I want to look at Tay's team again, real quick.
All right, gentlemen, Poppin, you'll finalize your list and post it for posterity.
Yep.
Yeah, and just save it.
Everyone has records of our thought process. They can see us work through these teams and forget crucial parts of each one as we rank them. Those early teams have that nice bias.
Oh yeah, Tay's was the team that I said should be in the middle. It was like the archetypal value draft. I'm gonna move them up a spot, maybe up 2 spots. All right, I got my tier list as well. There you go. I'll fire it over to you.
Lots of strong teams here. For those of you who don't yet have the best team, get Prankster
on the video.
Get broken typings, as in mons with very few weaknesses. Put Throw on your team. That's all I got. It's been fun, yo.
Yep.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, good times. We got to do one of these for the next regular season too. With that BDSP stuff's gonna be hard to evaluate. We're gonna be way off the mark.
Our teams are gonna be trash compared to Natdex. The power level is gonna be on the floor.
Teams.
Yeah,
it's gonna be wild.
People are gonna be like, Mawwile's a threat, guys.
Yeah. Look at that attack, 85. Are you serious?
Mawwile's a threat in this league too. but for different reasons.
Yeah, very different.
When they add 30 to its attack and then double it.
Yeah.
Seems fine to me. Not even one of the good megas.
Bye.
All
All right. Have a good evening,
All
guys.
right. Good time talking to you guys. Take it easy.